Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about how writers draw on all they know when generating ideas. So I have to tell you, I'm so excited for you guys to be getting into your writer's notebook. I hope you've put your name on the front cover. I hope that you've come up with some really good ideas to write about based on some of the samples I put in there and some of the ideas that we've talked about. I want you to look at under seed ideas in table of contents. I want to teach you that writers draw on all they know about generating ideas to collect ideas that have real power and real significance. And we've taught you some strategies previously on how to come up with ideas. And these, if when you're brainstorming, you can brainstorm on paper. You can, and then you can upload it. You can brainstorm in here by typing in the text box, or uploading images of like a paper brainstorm you've done for just like seed ideas or just like ideas of things you want to write about. I know in my student samples, like here's some brainstorming activities that like this kid planned out a story based on a person, like a small moment story with a person, and he drew like basically like a map and then took a picture of it and uploaded it to his digital notebook. So just know that there's a lot of options when you're brainstorming on how you can get it in there. But really, these are some strategies. If you're stuck, I want you to try and use. Think of a person that matters to you, list small moments with that person, and write about them. Narratives are always a really good option. Of course, you could do fan fiction of like characters from other books that you've read or movies you've seen and write a narrative about that character having an adventure. I know that you can do small moment stories. You guys have learned those small moment narratives. We've done personal memoirs. You could also just, see a problem and imagine a solution. Maybe you write a how-to about solving this problem. You could also take a subject that matters to you and list ideas related to that subject and use one of those ideas to write about. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now that you could have opinions about. You could talk about music, you could talk about art, you could talk about a sport, and maybe come up with ideas to write about off of that topic. You could observe and then write. You could watch a YouTube video. You could see something going on around you and then have a response to it, write about it, have an opinion to it, a reaction. The other thing you could do is read or listen to literature and then write about it. I actually have an example of this in my student samples, or my sample portion of your writer's notebook. And this one is on a book I read, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I really focused on like one point of the book where the guy talks about how it makes people feel important when you use their names. And I have always felt like I was really bad at names. And Dale Carnegie goes on to say names are the sweetest, most important sound in any language. So I felt really badly about the fact that I think that maybe I'm not focusing hard enough when I'm trying to learn names. So that's kind of going to be a goal that came out of that book. So you could always read and respond to text, talk about what you learned, talk about how that book changed you or ideas that came from that book. So when you guys are going to write and come up with new ideas for your notebook, I want you to use these, insert any kind of brainstorming activity you do or lists that you make in student seed ideas. And then you can always, if you decide not to write about one of them, you could always come back and use it later. It's just a good place to store those brainstorming activities. So I hope this gives you some ideas on what we could be writing about for our entry this week. And just remember that you can always, use the world around you for ideas, think about things that are important to you, and just really elaborate and expand on those. All right, I'll let you get to it.